What up? This is Alisha B.
Nice word.
We're from Denver.
Colorado.
We're here in San Jose at the U.S. Social Forum, and wow, I gotta tell you, there was so much crammed into a 3-day period. That was extra. Okay. Packed with so much information and ways and strategies to pretty much change the world. So my favorite part is that sometimes when the call comes to go and act, I'm one of the few faces of color. I'm one of the few younger people. I'm one of the few, politically aware and active women. And here at the Social Forum, it's like, hey, you look like me, all right, we're in here making the difference. And we're chatting about things that are super important to our communities. Not only are we at the table talking about how to make this change, but we created the table for the change. And we get to, sort of dive into topics and strategies that are more culturally relevant for us. We went to a lot of the What the Bleep Happened to Hip Hop PMAs and workshops, and they orbited a lot around how, now that we're here, now that we're aware, how can we use hip hop to help us, to sustain us, because it's sort of been occupied and monopolized by people who aren't us to sell things to us.
All right. Like, she's on fire. I'm like, what she said.
Put her out. Put her
What she said.
Oh, please, Hammer, don't hurt him. Need a cape. Just come on, just escort me off the stage. I'm like, wait, there's more.
Harder than that show, man. So yeah, we have on the table these strategies and these
Tools.
Yeah, the tools and measurables that quote society is not familiar with. Yeah. The PMAs that I was involved in were the schooling the school, right? So we have a big issue with the education in America. We'll talk specifically America, and a disparity happening where the children supposed to be getting educated are actually being corralled into prisons, right?
The school to jail pipeline is real.
It's a real thing.
It's real. It's real, and it's so important that somebody is watching out for our babies, because if we don't care, then they're just food for the industrial complex.
Well, and like Alicia was saying, with hip hop as a form of expression, it originated with communities, communities in struggle, and it's expanded into being a commodity, been commodified for corporations, and they're selling it back to us in a destructive form, which is perpetuating this school to prison pipeline.
And they're selling it to us in these really nice little bottles that say Desante.
Right. So the school in the school is just basically, it's crazy because you don't really need, there's not much of argument. Like, we have the metrics to show how our art forms, these expressions that we came up with in these areas in the world of struggle, specifically like New York in the 70s, that's where hip hop came. That is a major tool to create a condition for not only young people, but all people to be educated, and not indoctrinated, but actually use education to enrich them. And it's shown that kids' test scores go up the roof, all that, when they have creative components to their education.
And then hip hop is one of these great tools. It's like a multi-purpose tool, right? Because we're not only able to communicate and connect with the youth, right? But we have at least 3 generations of people who are at least aware of hip hop and can know about hip hop and can use that to talk with each other. Because, our OG at home, Chris Nathan, He's the man who runs Eclipse. He's the one that's been on the longest out of all of us, and you can definitely listen to Eclipse from 7 to 10 every Sunday night at kgnu.org. Mountain time, mind you.
88.5.
1390. He has all kinds of knowledge about like how hip hop started and what songs were breaking like in the 70s and in the 80s. But he can also talk to you about Joey Badass and why he likes the music that he's playing and why he's giving it to you that way.
So yeah, so hip hop has that creative power, and it always does, and always has,
and always will.
Right. So that is something that you will get when you come to the social forum. You will deal with potent, powerfully creative hip hop components to society. You know.